Do you know which are the most powerful countries in the world? In this video we are going to discover the top 10 most powerful countries in the world. Gone are the days when a country's strength was measured solely by its military power. The viewpoint has shifted dramatically, as there are now numerous things to consider before ranking a country among the most powerful countries in the world, other than military power. Defining the world's most powerful countries is a more complex process than one might imagine. Power comes in many forms, from military might to economic strength, political influence, and cultural impact. The most powerful nations in the world shape global economic patterns, maintain a strong military, and establish foreign policies whose effects reverberate all around the world. Kindly make sure to hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon before we start in depth this video about the 10 most powerful countries in the world. Have you ever imagined why the two major wars in the 20th century were called world wars when it was just only between a few nations? The reason is these countries are the world policymaker behind the major world decision and the economic flow. Currently, who are the most powerful countries in the world? Who are the countries that mattered that can be classified as world that influenced the global outlook? Then you have to know the most powerful countries in the world presently and in the future. Countries that consistently make headlines, shape global economic patterns, and have strong defense and military are considered to be great powers, but there's no definitive list of them. The world's most powerful countries also are the ones that consistently dominate news headlines, preoccupy policymakers, and shape global economic patterns. Their foreign policies and military budgets are tracked religiously. When they make a pledge, at least some in the international community trust they will keep it. These countries project their influence on the world stage. The rest of the world keeps track of its foreign policies and military funding. They frequently offer aid and support to poor or developing countries when the need arises. The latest powerful countries ranking includes power as a sub-ranking, which has 8% weight from the overall score. The power sub-ranking, derived from weighted average scores, has 5 specific attributes that pertain to a country's power. These factors are the country's leader, economic influence, political influence, strength in international alliances, and military power. So, now, we dig deeper into each of the top 10 most powerful countries in the world. Number 10 on the list of most powerful countries in the world is United Arab Emirates. The United Arab Emirates, or UAE, is a federation of 7 emirates on the southeast end of the Arabian Peninsula. The country, wedged between Oman and Saudi Arabia, has rocky desert, wetlands, waterless mountains and coastlines that stretch along the Gulf of Oman and the Persian Gulf. The emirates that currently comprise the UAE were known as the Trucial States in the 19th century as a result of a series of agreements with Great Britain. In 1971, 6 of these states merged to form the UAE, a 7th joined in 1972. The UAE has been able to establish itself as a global business hub in large part because of its location between Asia and Europe. The UAE has one of the world's busiest airports in Dubai. The country also benefits from its vast oil reserves, which are among the largest in the world. Number 9 on the list of most powerful countries in the world is Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is the largest country in the Middle East by land size, located on the Arabian Peninsula in Western Asia. Aside from that, Saudi Arabia has the biggest economy in the Middle East and ranks 18 in the world. Saudi Arabia's economy ranks one of the biggest in the world, thanks to oil, as they are the world's largest petroleum exporter. In addition, Saudi Arabia holds the 5th largest known natural gas reserve in the world, and for this reason, we can call her the world's energy superpower. Saudi Arabia is actively using its ports to participate in trade between Europe and China. Saudi Arabia is a member of the World Trade Organization, a founding member of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, and the only Arab country among the G20 economies. Number 8 on the list of most powerful countries in the world is South Korea. South Korea is an East Asian country. It occupies the southern half of the Korean peninsula and borders North Korea on the land. Liberated from Japan in 1945 at the end of World War II, South Korea was invaded by communist forces in North Korea a few years later. Aid requested by the United Nations helped end the 3-year war and support the South on its way to democracy. A critical divide between the two nations along the center of the peninsula remains. It is the most industrialized OECD member country and is a developed country with a high-income economy. Many internationally known brands, such as LG Electronics, Samsung, Hyundai, and Kia, are based in South Korea. The country's economy is bolstered by its educated and highly skilled workforce. Number 7 on the list of most powerful countries in the world is France. France is one of the most powerful countries in Europe and across the globe, holding the world's largest exclusive economic zone. Aside from the mainland, France possesses a number of overseas territories around the world. This is why it has 12 time zones, which is the highest in the world. According to the Global Firepower Index, the French armed forces are the 6th most powerful military in the world and the 2nd most powerful in Europe, trailing behind Russia. In addition, France is one of the most industrialized and powerful countries in the world. France is famed for its wine and its beautiful architecture. The country's economy is a mixed economy. France is the 2nd largest economy in Europe based on purchasing power parity and has a considerable international influence, especially in Africa. France is a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council and has a veto right. France is a nuclear state and has the 4th largest nuclear weapon arsenal in the world. Number 6 on the list of most powerful countries in the world is Japan. Japan is one of the world's most densely occupied and urbanized countries. It is also one of the most technologically advanced and literate countries in the world. Japan's culture is well known for its cutting-edge comics, animation, and video games. Japan is included in this list of the most powerful countries in the world because of their nominal GDP, which is the 3rd largest economy in the world after the United States and China. At the same time, after the United States, China, and India, it ranks 4th in terms of buying power parity. Number 5 on the list of most powerful countries in the world is United Kingdom. The United Kingdom is made up of the island of Great Britain, the northeastern part of the island of Ireland, and several smaller islands within the British Isles. The United Kingdom is currently the 6th country with the largest economy, sitting at the 3rd spot in Europe, behind Germany. The UK is a regular and active member of NATO. London, the United Kingdom's capital, is one of the world's largest financial capitals, ranking 2nd only to New York City. The United Kingdom is an exporter of technology, industry, pop culture, and majorly the English language, which is the official global language. The country is a nuclear state and a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council and the closest ally with the United States. Number 4 on the list of most powerful countries in the world is Germany. Germany is the 2nd most populated country in Europe, ranking behind Russia. The fact that Germany has a strong economy is the primary reason for its inclusion on the list of most powerful countries in the world. It has the largest economy in Europe in terms of annual GDP and the 4th largest in terms of nominal GDP. Germany's economy is booming thanks to its highly skilled workforce, low levels of corruption, and high levels of innovation. Germany is home to 29 of the Fortune 500 firms in the globe. The country is presently the most populated country in Europe. It boasts of the 2nd largest economy in Europe. Number 3 on the list of most powerful countries in the world is Russia. Russia is the world's largest country in terms of land size and also the world's natural gas center. Aside from that, Russia is also a military powerhouse. According to the Global Firepower Index, it has the 2nd most powerful military base in the world. In addition, Russia boasts of the world's largest arsenal of nuclear weapons. Russia's President Vladimir Putin's decisions have a significant impact on the rest of the world. Russia stretches across 11 time zones of the world with the capital in Moscow. The country is a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council and has a veto right on the Council and other global organizations such as the G20, the Council of Europe, World Trade Organization. Number 2 on the list of most powerful countries in the world is China. China is one of the world's oldest countries and is rapidly rising both militarily and economically. China holds the second largest economy in terms of nominal GDP globally. China's economic growth has been exceptional throughout the last few decades. It has been the world's top manufacturer since 2010 when it overtook the United States, which had held the position for the past century. According to Credit Suisse's Global Wealth Report, China also has the highest number of persons with a personal net worth of at least $110,000. Currently the second most powerful country in the world, China, a nation birthed in 1949 with the second largest land mass and the most populous country in the world record with a population of over 1.3 billion people. China is a socialist country with a market-based economy rated one of the largest economies in the world. The country is another major nuclear power and a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council and has a veto right and is also a member of other global organizations such as the World Trade Organization. Number 1 on the list of most powerful countries in the world is United States. The United States of America is still, by far, the most powerful country on the planet. According to all surveys, its military is the strongest in the world. Furthermore, the United States dominates the global economy. According to the IMF, the United States GDP accounts for 24% of global GDP at current market exchange rates. The United States has the world's largest military budget. The United States is also the world's top importer and exporter of products. The United States of America is a major decider in world policy from economy to security to culture. As the most racially diverse nation on Earth with massive immigration into the country, her influence spread across the face of the world economically, politically, culturally. The country is bordered to the north by Canada, south by Mexico, east by the Pacific Ocean, and west by the Atlantic Ocean. As a major nuclear power and has veto power on the United Nations Security Council, there is obviously no country that can beat the United States for the top spot for the top 10 most powerful countries in the world. So, which is your favorite country among the top 10 most powerful countries in the world? Well, that's all we have for you today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content of this video, click the subscribe button so you can receive more content like this. Post your favorite countries among the top 10 most powerful countries in the world in the comments below. I'd love to read them and I'm sure others would too.